All right, timestamp. It's October 4th, 2024, about 7:30 p.m. Not sure why my stovetop is sticky. That makes me sad. Yeah, it's better. Whew. Been a long couple of days. The glare is real. There we go. So we've had tire. I feel fine. Still at 2 cigars. Just a quick catch up because I'm tired and we've got a Walmart order coming here in the next few minutes. We were having tire issues, as you know. We were attempting to get Alex to a doctor's appointment yesterday, and the back right tire started making a weird grindy sound. Apparently, Pix on the way back from an appointment that she had ran over a nail or something. All four of our tires are kind of anyway, but called AAA. We were going to get a tow, and he was actually able to put air in the tire, so that was cool. And we had already made arrangements with our mechanic in town. I called them, like, ironically, that morning and asked, I know you guys don't do tires. Where do you get your tires? See, if you've got a mechanic you trust, you can call them for referrals and things like that, just like an adulting pro tip, because I know I have some viewers that are younger. You know, they're a mechanic, they're an engineer, whatever, they work on cars. As long as you're on good terms with them, they know where to go for good tires and where not to go, where you're going to get ripped off and where you won't. Call them, ask their advice. So I'd already called the place and said, hey, we're going to be bringing the car by. We were recommended to you. We have a flat tire, and our left front, we put Fix-A-Flat in it like a month and a half, 2 months ago. And we've been putting air in it like once or twice a week because the little light indicator will come on and it'll start getting low. You know, just nursing that thing along. So dropped off the car there because we had just enough air in the tire to actually get there. And the guy, took it in. I paid the man, and we walked home. We had been, as I was settling up with the guy inside, and my wife and my boy are outside the office looking at me through the glass. I see my wife pulling out an umbrella and opening it up, and I'm like, it was already gray and gurgly outside, and it's like, oh, it's starting to rain and we're about to walk home. Okay. Alright. Cool. So, about a 1.5 mile walk, and it was, I would actually call it a torrential downpour. It was thick. Yeah, so we got home, we were pretty much, drowned rats. Grabbed some dinner, slept for 4 hours, and got up to go do another shift at the other store where we're repairing things, and there's definitely some political shenanigans going on there. But we're just kind of in a don't care. We're just trying to fix the store. You guys can do stupid stuff while we're there. When we're gone, don't care. We're just going to make your store look good because those are our orders. And by the way, we're taking pictures of what we've done. We're going to be submitting it to the DM, and we will show you. This is what it should look like. This is not what it looked like when we got here. You can make it look like that. You could. Why aren't you? So anyway, Andrea, the assistant manager that we're friends with, opted for an Uber. So we shared an Uber to go to work this morning at 2 something in the morning. Um, Apparently, the Transylvanians are assembling for a wild party. Life's cheap for that kind. So, yeah, we worked about a 9-hour shift. Stationery looks beautiful. I took pictures and video. I'm very proud of it. I redid a lot of things, reset a lot of stuff because, oh, wow, it was ugly. Ugly child, but it's pretty now. And then we walked, Pix and I. Andrea caught a bus to go home, or 4 buses. I gotta get on 10 and then 30 and 64 and whatever, I don't know. It was a list. We, however, walked to the place where our car was because he called me and said, hey, it's ready. So 4.5 miles later, it wasn't raining, it was just really hot. Man. Now, I have emphysema. When I say I was winded, I want you to understand I wasn't out of breath or anything like that. It was just, wow, what a long day. 9 hours on my feet, running around fixing retail store shelves and all that, making it look good, throwing freight out, and then a 4.5 mile walk with a backpack in the hot sun. I gotta be in the mild category, because everything, my understanding is somebody severe and very severe, that would have sent them to the hospital. Moderate, I think they would have been out of breath on the sidewalk. Obviously, based on that statement, I still haven't been to a pulmonologist. I need to. But yeah, I'm fine. Definitely got my cardio in today. Go me. Had a package waiting for me when I got home. I got 3 of them. Okay, let me edit that statement before I even say it. Back in 2015, I did give, I think a $25 or $24 donation to the Bernie Sanders campaign, because he's one of my favorite politicians of all time. Man, I would have voted for him twice. Him and his soup. But it was not to be. And I still maintain the Democratic Party kind of shanked him on that. They were desperate to have Hillary as their candidate. They did not want a progressive. They wanted someone a little bit more mainstream. What do they call it? Corporate Democrat or neo whatever. I'm hoping that Harris will be a more progressive president, although Biden has surprised me. He hasn't been as progressive as I wanted, but he was much more progressive than I thought he would be. It's a start. We can work from that. So I did get, I'm a sucker for cool swag. Okay. And I did find this really, I haven't opened it yet. I'm hoping I got the right thing, because there's probably no turning back, because this is not on the website anymore. But I gave to Harris's campaign, but they still have this stuff on hand. And again, I really hope they sent me what I asked for with the swag. I actually gave $103. This is a little while ago. Never done that before, but that's how serious, badly we need her to win. I'm so happy. From an internet standpoint, I think this is absolutely hilarious. So with a $103 donation, I was able to get 3 of the Dark Brandon mugs. Oh, that makes me so happy. Hopefully the other 2 are okay. Really well packed. Give them credit for that. But I think it's hilarious, the whole Dark Brandon thing. So, yay. Figure one for me, one for Pix, one for Alex. Precious. I will be drinking some coffee out of that tomorrow. Yeah. Gotta wash them first. Always wash things. When you get stuff that is like food containery stuff, bowls, Tupperware, even a coffee maker, run some water through it before you start actually percolating. Just to make sure that there's nothing weird from the factory like settled in there and whatnot. Just kind of a pro tip, safety tip. Even if you get a mug you really been waiting for, wash the damn thing first. Just to make sure there's no oil or contaminants in there. I'm tired. I got my Dark Brandon mugs. I'm so 12. Oh, man. Yeah, long day, though. Long day. And my understanding is when you start getting more advanced in the COPD, you get fatigued more easily. I think I'm as fatigued as a normal person would be. Mind you, with spinal issues, you get fatigued more easily. So here is the rub to a degree, is I have 8 herniated discs in my back from a drunk driver that hit me on the Howard Franklin Bridge back in 2010. And I've mentioned this before, but in case you just tuned in. So basically my bottom 4 and my top 4 vertebrae are not exactly where they should be. Well played. And that is supposed to cause fatigue faster than it will in someone that doesn't have a damaged spine. And I have noticed that there have been instances where I've slowed down a little bit, so to speak. Is it because I'm 53? Is it because I have a spinal injury? I don't know. You know what I mean? How do you gauge that? Well, the last time I was 53, how do you clock that? I don't even know. But yeah. I've got to be in the mild category. I want to try and keep it in the mild category. I know it's progressive, but apparently if you stop smoking, it kind of slow way the hell down. I really don't want it to, proceed at a high speed. I'd rather keep it where it is. I'd love to make it to, 103. Actually, I want to go past 105. I'd like to beat George Burns' record. Betty White is so close to 100. I guess Jimmy Carter is about to hit 100, or he just did. That's pretty cool. I don't know that he was really a great president, but I think he's a great man. Figures in his 90s out there helping build houses for people that need them. Yeah, because that's what every guy in their 90s does. That's a good man right there. That's a good man. Yeah. Yeah. And I may have mentioned this before, but listening to Disney stuff at work, listening to the Hall of Presidents, and I'm so much happier with this new recording that doesn't have cell phone noise and it doesn't have a guy cheering when the orange guy's name is mentioned. I get a little, and the narrator, because she goes through all the different presidents, I still maintain, I might have mentioned this before and I apologize if I have. She says the names of all the presidents and the little spotlight comes on, their animatronic and all that. And I swear to God, when she says Calvin Coolidge, it's like the tone in her voice, it almost seems like he owes her money. Calvin Coolidge. It's like, did he cut you off in traffic, or did he fart with you in the elevator? What? You sound angry. What did he do? Show us on the doll where he. Anyway, but I lately especially, I've gotten a little choked up. They have, and I'm hopeful that in a year or so they'll have Harris doing this as well. They typically have a recording of the current president reciting the oath. And I get a little choked up lately listening to Biden. Here's the thing. I'm pretty empathic. I'm an actor, and the whole hearing in color thing, as Pix puts it. When he says about protect and defend the Constitution, there's such like a desperate conviction in his voice. It's moving to me. The way he finishes it is, and I'll try and emulate the way he says it. So help me God. There's like a man on a mission sigh statement to it that just blows me away. Because the more I think about it, especially with all the current events and the silliness that's going on right now, and this may seem dramatic if it does. I'm a bard. We do dramatic. Joe Biden may have saved our country. And him running for president and being someone that the entire Democratic Party could kind of rally behind, because there were so many other candidates that they were divisive or whatnot. Him agreeing to run, because I don't know that he wanted to exactly. I think it was kind of a, hey, psst, can you please? He may have saved our country as we know it in keeping the other guy out. You know, because when you look at Project 2025, they may not have had that written at that moment. Maybe they did. But you figure the Heritage Foundation and those other wonderful think tanks would still have been whispering in the orange guy's ear as far as not necessarily marching orders, but advice. Because I don't know if this guy really has original thoughts. You know what I mean? He's as big a con man as he is, and he is. He's also really malleable if you know how to manipulate him. Which is funny considering he's a con man who's easily manipulated. You wouldn't expect that. But even if they didn't have their wonderful little handbook written, they still would have given him advice that could have dismantled things. You know? I don't think it would have ended well. Hell, we might not even be coming up on an election. You know what I mean? It's, you know, elections might be passé at that point because he's president for life. Keeping it real, he'd do it. He'd do it. As cool as he thinks Gigi is, yeah, he'd do it. If he thought he could get away with it. And let's face it, he usually thinks he can get away with it. So far, he's, I guess, been kind of right. Hopefully that's going to change. I had somebody a while back that were like, you need to let the courts decide. While I agree that the way we do things is in the court of law and all that, there are a lot of laws that he kind of broke in broad daylight. And because he did it that way, and the audacity that he possesses, he can look in the camera and go, well, it's not illegal, because if it was illegal, I would have gotten in trouble. You all saw me do it. Yeah, no, we all saw you do it, but you've got a, Justice Department that tends to forget about things that you've done and only go after things that other people did that you don't like. That whole weaponization thing that he accused everybody else of. Yeah, that. Yeah, I genuinely think that Joe Biden saved our country. I didn't see that coming. Years ago when Obama was in office and he was the Veep, never would have thought that many years later we'd be here. It's bizarre. Anyway, I am going to see if Walmart's going to be here anytime in the next hour. I may take a shower because I'm still I'm not sweaty, but I'm, when you like did a good workout, but you didn't take a shower, and then 3 hours later you feel like post-sticky, kind of there. I may get wet. I got really wet yesterday, but it doesn't carry over. Get the groceries put away and go to sleep. We're not going anywhere tomorrow that I know of, but man, do I have chores to do around here. My back is hurting. I took one of my special pills, but it's taken me from like a 7 to a 5. If you know, you know. It's methocarbamol or whatever. It's not any, weird stuff or, nothing like that. Yeah. Takes the edge off when it hurts really bad, but doesn't knock the pain out. And yes, in case there's someone out there that's wondering whatnot, I'm in pain pretty much every minute of every day. It's a thing. It may only be a 1 or a 2, but there's always that background throbbing going on in the lower spine. The neck doesn't hurt me as much. It's the lower back one that there's almost always something going on. The only time I don't hurt is if I've had like a chiropractic appointment or a really good massage for like the next hour to 3 hours after that. I'm pain-free. And after that, it just starts drifting back in, which sucks. So, because one guy wanted to drink a lot of whiskey and then get into his red pickup truck and go driving. And I sound so bitter, but when your life gets altered and it wasn't anything that you did and it was somebody else doing something reckless and there was no punishment, it's kind of hard not to be a little bitter on that one. I try. I really do. I try really hard. But yeah, no, it's like, really? Really? If it was something stupid that I did, I could look in the mirror and go, you did this to yourself, Marcus. Nope. So yeah, anyway. On that cheery note, been a long day, folks. Sorry. Alright. There's a knife sticking out of the cutting board. Get in there. No blade exposed. Anyway. I gotta do a bunch of food prep, do some dishes, working on some areas in the kitchen, rearranging that so it's more functional for me. But first, sleep. I hope Harris wins. We could head in some amazing directions. Not going backward. It's a horrible idea. Horrible idea. Let's get more to Federation thinking. Let's not think about the good old days when Black people were owned and women couldn't vote. Let's not go back to that. I think we've outgrown that. We're better, we're smarter than that. Most of us. Hopefully at least 51% of us. And I think we've got that. I think we've got more 60, 70%. We just need them to go out and vote, because there's a lot riding on this one. A lot. If you don't believe me, read a little bit of Project 2025. Check out a video or something that goes over some of the highlights. And I'll see you at the voting booth, because it will inspire you to go vote. Anyway, make it a great day.